Hello friends, Marcus Harvey here along the banks of the beautiful St. John River, the Woolastook if you care to call it that. Listen, it's voting day, it's election day. Make sure you get yourself out there and make your voice heard. But today, while you're doing that, or before you do that, please take a moment to listen to my message here. It is specifically for the folks in the Fredericton region before you go and make your vote, just to give you a little bit of my own insight. Not that I'm anybody important, I'm just a guy sitting here yelling at the river. But you know what? I do have a view, and here it is. If you don't like it, just turn it off, whatever. Federally, the election is very tight. The polling has the Conservatives and the Liberals neck and neck. In our Fredericton area, it's the exact same. Dead heat between the Conservatives and the Liberals. So, as you're heading to the polls today, I want you to keep this in mind. We had an election just 2 years ago in 2019. Justin Trudeau was supposed to be the Prime Minister until 2023, but he saw some polls and decided that because of the polling, he could get a majority government if he called an election 2 years early. So he did, right in the middle of a pandemic. And just for point of interest, since the election was called, over 700 people, Canadian citizens, have died of COVID during this useless and needless election cycle. Anyway, back to Fredericton. Listen, it's between the Conservatives and the Liberals. The girl that's running for the Liberal Party, we already sent her up 2 years ago as a member of the Green Party. And for some reason, unknown to me, and probably unknown to her, she crossed the floor a few months back and went over to the Liberal Party. She betrayed your trust, she betrayed your vote. Not a word was said, not a kiss my ass, not a hello, nothing, just over to the Liberals. Now, I don't know why, like I said, that she went over to the Liberals, but I'll tell you what, she doesn't seem to have done her homework, because if you care to take a look at the past and some of the female MPs that have been under Trudeau, things didn't work out too well for them whenever they spoke up or tried to fight for something they thought was important. They just got kicked out the door. So anyway, the girl that is running for the Liberals in Fredericton, she crossed the floor, didn't let anybody know, and now she is a member of the Liberal Party. She says she hasn't changed, but that doesn't matter. If she decides to not be the puppet that Trudeau wants, if she gets up there, she'll be gone and we will be without representation. In the Fredericton area, the clear choice should be Andrea Johnson for the Conservative Party for you. We've got to get the spending under control. We've got to get the taxing under control here in this country, and we can't do that under Trudeau. Currently, the Liberal government is pissing away over $424 million a day, more than what Canada is bringing in. I'm not going to get into the maths for you there, but very briefly, for every single person in this country that can vote, that's $15 a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That's money that's going into debt that's going to have to be paid off at some point in time. Now, I don't know about you, but at some point I would like to retire. And if we are in a mountain of debt, that's putting our pensions and our old age pensions into jeopardy. So if you don't have something else on the side, RRSPs or a pension plan through your work, or if you don't have work, that's going to be difficult. It's also going to be money that's going to have to be paid back by your children and your children's children, and probably your children's children's children moving down the road if Trudeau stays in power. He's a spending machine, and it's not Liberal money, folks. It's your money. It's your tax dollars. So just to recap really quickly, it's voting day. Get out and vote. And in the Fredericton area, like I said, it's neck and neck between the Conservatives and the Liberals. The other parties, if you're going to vote for them, do what you want to do what you want to believe. But if you want to make a choice that's going to make a difference, a choice that's going to count, vote Conservative, vote for Andrea Johnson, and let's send Trudeau packing, and let's send the girl that betrayed your trust and betrayed your votes packing down the river, and get this country back on track, get some fiscal responsibility, get some economic responsibility, and get to a point with our deficit and our finances so that the old Harv here can retire someday, and maybe you can too. And we can enjoy this country together, because it is beautiful. Get out and vote, folks.